In our initial video, we introduced volatility farming as Peapods Finance's distinctive approach to generating real yield through arbitrage. We explored how Peapods deliberately creates arbitrage opportunities between their wrapper tokens, known as pod tokens, issued by Peapods smart contract vaults, referred to as pods, and the underlying assets wrapped within these pods. During arbitrage execution, arbitrageurs pay a wrapping/unwrapping fee to the Peapods protocol. The collected fees then circulates back to Peapods stakeholders as yield. For a comprehensive recap, follow the link provided in the video. Now, let's dive deeper into who can profit from volatility farming and how. All fees generated by a pod flow as yield to 4 categories of stakeholders. 1. Pod token holders. 2. The pod creator, or a nominee referred to as a partner. 3. Holders of Peas, the native token of the Peapods protocol. And 4. Staked liquidity providers in the pod's decentralized exchange pool, referred to as pod LPs. Fees paid by arbitrageurs are collected by the protocol in the form of pod tokens. A pod-specific share of the fees collected in pod tokens is immediately burned by the protocol. The percentage is set by the creator of the pod upon its inception and remains fixed. This burn reduces the supply of pod tokens relative to the underlying tokens deposited into the pod, resulting in over-collateralization. This means when a pod token holder unwraps their tokens to receive the underlying assets, they receive progressively more underlying tokens per pod token the longer they hold it, thanks to the continuous burn of pod tokens collected as fees. This baked-in yield benefits all pod token holders and is displayed in the Peapods UI as single-stake APY. Additionally, it contributes to a portion of the LP APR since pod LPs provide 50% of their LP position in pod tokens. After a portion of the pod token fees has been burned, benefiting pod token holders and liquidity providers, another fee share can be allocated to an address designated by the pod creator. This partner fee share is optional and set by the creator upon the inception of the pod. It can range between 0 and 5%. The combined total of pod token burn and partner fee share cannot exceed 50%. Of all fees remaining after deducting burned pod tokens and the partner creator fee share, 5% are taken by the protocol to accrue asset for the Peapods treasury. The rest is then swapped via decentralized exchanges to buy back Peas tokens from the open market. This process exerts continuous buying pressure and thereby acts as a supporting force for the price of Peas. 5% of bought-back Peas tokens are burned by the protocol, permanently reducing the supply of Peas. Because the Peas token was launched fully diluted, meaning no additional Peas can ever be created, this continuous fee burn transforms Peas into a deflationary asset. Much like the mechanics behind pod tokens, this ongoing supply reduction serves as a baked-in yield, benefiting all Peas holders. The Peapods protocol mandates that every pod contributes this share of its fees to the Peas burn. As market-wide volatility powers this yield, Peas effectively become a tokenized representation of volatility itself. The remaining 95% of the Peas tokens bought back are distributed to staked pod LPs. As liquidity providers are the lifeblood of the protocol, they receive the largest share of overall yield. The Peas paid out to pod LPs combined with the implicit yield from pod token burn contribute to the LP APR displayed in the Peapods UI. Now, as we wrap up our exploration of the mechanics and beneficiaries of yield flow from Peapods volatility farming, let's recap. 1. Pod token holders enhance their holdings of the underlying token via the ongoing burn of pod tokens. 2. A pod partner address set by the pod's creator can receive up to 5% of all fees paid out in pod tokens. 3. Peas holders benefit from buyback and burn pressure, making the Peas token ever more scarce. 4. Staked pod LPs earn the bulk of rewards, paid out by the protocol in market-bought Peas. Thank you for joining us for this overview of Peapods yield flow, exploring who benefits from it and the underlying mechanics. If you're curious to learn more about Peapods, be sure to watch the other videos in this series. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, visit us at peapods.finance, and stay updated by following us on X.